Hey everybody, State Representative Ken Clark here. I want to talk to you about the Voter Protection Act and put some things into context for you because I've been getting a lot of questions. And I want to get you ready in case these anti-Voter Protection Act bills get out of the House and the Senate and we see a campaign around them in 2018. So let me just start by talking about this. Okay, we're going to move back and forth on this timeline, kind of like a Doctor Who character, but start right now. Since 1998, this is our universe we're living in right now. We passed the Voter Protection Act, which meant very simply, if the voters vote for something, it passes, it becomes law, the legislature can't monkey with it, period, end of sentence, full stop, right? But what does that mean? That means it passes with a simple majority of the voters. If 51 plus 1, simple majority of the people who voted. Okay? That's important to remember because let's slide back in time over here and look at the way it used to be. Back in 1912, 1914, when we became a state, we had the initiative process, but in order to protect it from being manipulated, amended by the governor and the legislature, you had to pass it with a majority of the eligible voters. That's a different thing completely. Again, slide forward. In 2014, the total number of eligible voters was something in the ballpark of, 3.2, 3.3 million people. Only, I think something like 1.7 million people voted total. But let's go down even further and look at the total number of people who voted, let's say, for one of the ballot measures. I'd say it's probably, there were different ballot measures, but this is somewhere in the ballpark of 800,000 people. So what's a simple majority of that? Even if it was 1 million people, a simple majority of that, it's a much lower number. Do you see the high bar that they're creating? In order for it to be protected under the new anti-voter protection bills, they're trying to make it so that you have to have a simple majority of all the registered voters, all the eligible voters. That's a very, very high bar. And if these bills get out this year, what you can expect to hear next 2018 from the Chamber of Commerce, who doesn't like the minimum wage increase, and APS, who doesn't like the solar initiatives that almost got on the ballot last time, they're going to go out and they're going to say, hey, you're still going to protect your Voter Protection Act and it's going to be great. All you have to do is get a majority of the voters. They're not saying this part. They're saying this part. They don't want you to, they want to confuse you about what the difference is between simple majority and majority of the eligible voters. So be aware of that. That's what's at stake here. So stay involved. Let's try and stop these bills this year if we can. If we can't, get ready for this sleight of hand in 2018. Thanks a lot for following along, and thanks for being engaged.